Whoa! Haven't you seen Tenren play? He plays Ana. Look, it's Urian. I was just doing that. I was just doing low 40x Fireball. Now Ryu's doing it. No, he plays 100% fair. I mean, he plays me 100% fair. But he doesn't even have Grime. Do you think canceling into light fucking Penguin Kick is Grime? It's not. Do you think ambiguous left-right makes up into close hard kick is Grime? No. Enemy with long limbs for my game? No. That's a stupid question. Unless you're not talking about Dawson limbs and you're just talking about having more reach than the player, in which case maybe. Probably not. Probably gonna have to be standard distances. What does he do this grimy? This Air Super isn't grimy. Any enemy that can throw their sword? Probably not. I like the question though, because I could have that. I don't think I will though, that's stupid. It's a bit suicidal. I don't think a real person would do that. Given that if you threw your sword and it didn't work, you would simply be unarmed against someone with a sword that would want you dead. It's a bit, you know, a bit too dangerous. Disarming mechanic. Click the link! I'm tired of this! I'm tired of all these people asking these questions that they can just click the link. Range stuff, no. I'm considering having the player have a knife they can throw. But no bows, no guns, no darts. There'll be no ranged component. Throw a sword as a last resort. I don't want to rip off Nidhogg. Rocks, interesting. There will be no rocks, everyone will be indoors. Look at the frog, look at it bounce! I'm like that frog somehow, but I can't explain how. Do you guys know about Borpas? My friends were telling me about them the other day. I got a couple friends who are big into Borpas. They just post different Borpas at each other. Oh look, it's spinning. My guy's first post in chat was a spinning Borpa. Look at him go.
Are you ready? Go.
Spinning kind of fast, he needs to slow down. Close strong as a media is really interesting. I feel really bad when I do that as a Ryu player. Not that I play Ryu, but every now and then. And it's just like, what am I supposed to do with this? It just feels like parry bait. I don't get anything when it works. And when it's parried, I die. Corners? Like, oh, like getting pinned up against a wall? Yeah, I actually mentioned that in the link. Probably the player usually won't have like a corner behind them, but maybe occasionally they will. But just the fact that you have to progress into the fight, you know, you'll have a corner behind you maybe. The idea is that you can cancel attacks into attacks, but if they pull away from your attack, the attack misses. So there's no point in canceling an attack to an attack for like a double swing. But if the opponent's in the corner, then an attack combos into an attack and you just get an infinite. There's nothing to elaborate. He posted the spinning Borpa, that's all we needed. Ooh, it was medium mirror. Ooh, that was nice. Oh, he dropped the tackle. That living new kick was tackle for sure. He wanted like 5 tackles there, I'm sure. angry. They're a little cheap, aren't they? Every now and then I time my swing perfectly and the Banshee just doesn't get hit. Frustrating enemy. They do so much damage too. I actually like that about them. Is that almost every enemy in the game just does 1 damage to you, but the Banshees they just like, fuck it, I'll do 5. I think Prince of Persia 2 is a pretty good game, but one thing that I think is really bizarre is like how long they prevent you from fighting regular enemies. The skeletons, you fight regular enemies in the first level, and then the next time you fight them is level 10. The skeletons at least fight pretty much like regular enemies. But the skeletons don't like parry or anything, so by the time you fight the bird guys, you're just fucked. If you don't know how to fight them. Nice, that was a deliberate side swap combo. This is, you know, a mix. He should have... that was critical. He's probably going to lose because of that. Maybe he won't. Damn, this is a huge comeback. Oh my god. When he dropped the juggle after getting the open up from the first mirror, he also didn't build meter for another mirror. So we had to like get it from like the throw and the poke. That was a really hard comeback he just did. He had to earn it because he dropped combos. Anyway, it's not a problem because if you played Prince of Persia 1, you fight nothing but regular enemies, so you get good at fighting regular enemies. No, Q will not be in my game. But if you didn't play Prince of Persia 1 and you're playing 2 for some reason, it's like you fight very easy regular enemies very briefly at the beginning of the game, and then like, whoa, way deep in the game, you get back to them, they're really hard. They're not actually going to be one-hit kills. They're going to be one-hit kills in the sense that if you don't do the thing, it's going to be a one-hit kill. And that's also going to make it so early enemies are often one-hit kills. Because they're not going to do the thing. I want combat... I've got a few different reasons for it. One of them is I want combat to be dangerous. I want you to have like an expectation that you could die if you don't play well. If you fuck up, there's a chance that you just die. I want it to be like a little motivating factor. It's like, I don't want to, you know, I want to avoid combat if I can. Yes, later guys will do stuff to not die immediately. It's one-hit kills, but if you hit a button while taking damage, if you hit back while taking damage, it makes it so you do 1 damage. You take 1 damage instead of getting one-hit killed. It's damage mitigation. The player will have it, enemies will have it. Yeah, there's like at least 6 playthroughs of me playing Prince of Persia on YouTube. Ah. It's a very minor, simple skill check. I've got a couple other reasons I want it. It's because I'm going to have like a couple Easter eggs if you spare people instead of killing them. And, you know, there's going to be a big danger of killing enemies without meaning to, if you're just trying to lower their HP.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I try to do that with all the games I stream. You guys may have noticed that, but I almost never play games blind on stream. In fact, there have been a lot of times where I've done a playthrough of a game, like a full playthrough of a game, and then immediately decided this would be a good stream game, and then I stream it right after. But I like to go in with a strategy. That's so cool. Anti-Shadow was doing that to me, and I was like, I've never seen someone do this. I didn't think it hit in time. But you can do it even with the regular one. I've seen that in juggles versus like Q, but most characters I thought they got out of the way during the air reset. But I guess Yen's up kick is fast enough. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, he got more damage out of it probably. And look at all the meter build he got back. That was, my god. That was probably a deliberate? I don't know. He did close fierce into command grab. If Ryu parried, then the command grab would have caught a second parry. I never thought that twins could do that. That never occurred to me. I've actually never done a Bomberman 64 playthrough on YouTube, have I? I've done Bomberman Hero and Bomberman 64 Second Attack. I usually stream games to kind of show them off. I think if you're watching someone play a game they've already beaten, you're kind of watching it for the game, and if you're watching a game that someone's playing blind, you're kind of watching it for the person. Second Attack is a really interesting game, and it's a shame that most people have never even heard of it. Time to recall that time that Crookie did a highlights video of me playing Last Impact and not Final Impact. The air reset. I wonder if Young could have done a juggle there, like an instant dash punch. Ah, that was supposed to be. That was not supposed to swap sides. Mischief Makers is a great game. It's one of my top 10 of all time. Sad. Imagine how different the world would be if it didn't get corrupted. Oh, that dodged it. He probably did that on purpose. I don't know. The overhead is a little scary in Gene combos. Nice cross up. Very ambiguous. Because the overhead is just a single parry, and if the opponent parries it, and you can't chain into it. Well, you can't chain into it, but it won't be a true block string. And if the opponent parries it, they get a guaranteed punish on Yun. He can't like cancel the recovery. Most of his attacks in Gene, he can just cancel the recovery and do another attack. Oh yeah, is that done, Crookie? That stand short whip punish. Uploading. How big is it? Holy shit. You must have made it the highest quality possible. It must be a whole 144 Ps. I was at work today, and I won a Bose speaker in a raffle. And I looked it up on eBay, and it sells for about 130 bucks. The Christmas raffle. Pretty good feeling. Also, I was supposed to get a white one, and the person who won the yellow one took the white one. So I got the yellow one. So it's very ugly. I'm gonna sell it on eBay. Ah. I got no use for a Bose speaker, but I do have use for 130 bucks. It's brand new and sealed. I'll immediately give that 130 bucks to my programmer and tell him to make combat. Beautiful. Oh, he dropped the last hit. People are normally in with the dash punch there, I feel. I think it's normally like Stand Fierce or something. That ender typically, I feel, doesn't use dash punch. Oh, he really went for a double parry on Hugo? What the fuck? What was he reading? That's just not what you do there. Cool. Does that get with hits? No way. Okay, it didn't. Dash punch probably does more damage there. What's the reason behind the upkick? Or maybe upkick does do more damage. I don't know. I'm not a gun player. Oh, I love it. Beautiful. That was a whip punish. Well, I don't know, just a punish, I guess. Steel copy of Banjo's gotta go for some decent money. Ever since he got confirmed. Ever since he made it to Smash. Probably worth more. Oh, the overhead didn't link. That's easier on Aura than other characters, I think. I always get hit by that versus Yuns. But Aura gets hit late by the overhead. Ooh, that was a clutch. Clutch so strong. Didn't know I was streaming. What? Did you ping me somewhere? I'm gonna have like a million missed notifications on oh, nice. Discord. I wouldn't even be that surprised if they were trying to make Banjo 3 right now.
You win. Battle. Fight is
Spicy
ready.
Wendy level up.
Engage.
Like FE6 Wendy? Trying to figure out what the heck Wendy we're talking about. There's no Wendy in FE6, that's actually Gwendolyn. I fucking love Wendy. Even though Armor Knights suck. And even though Wendy's the worst Armor Knight. Yeah, I know. All the characters I like in FE6 are bad. I agree, FE6 sucks. I love Sophia, and Sophia's one of the worst Fire Emblem characters in any game. Like, honestly, one of the worst characters in the whole franchise. She's just useless. She gives you a free guiding ring. That's about it. She is so aggressively bad. Miserable starting stats, miserable starting level. Not very good even if you get her all her good level ups and give her... Even if you just get her, you just buy the fucking stat up items and feed them to her, which you can do in FE6. She's useless at in-game. You can't even train her at the arena because she just dies to every arena encounter. She's so bad. The only way to train her is just like have her hit people from far away, and she just misses all the time. And her con is garbage. Yeah, that guy posted one fucking boar pen left. Yeah, Wrecker only wins in the arena. He's good. Wendy is bad. Nice. No, it was supposed to be Stand Palace, I'm sure. Overhead was terrible to go for there. Oh, I got fucked up by Deadly in that recent tournament. Wasn't ready. He played Urian against me last time, and he was good, but I managed to scrape out a win. Urian's a strong matchup for me. Dudley's not so strong a matchup for me. They're both 5-5 versus Aura, I'm pretty sure, but I'm much better. I have much more experience versus Urian. Eris? Like Soul Calibur Eris? Like Tekken Eris? Does he play Tekken? He does, right? I've never played him in Third Strike. He plays Aura, right? Pretty sure. That's a nice double jump. I mean, neutral jump. Or an Akuma. My guy's got a type. He likes the lore characters. He's like, who's the strongest character in lore? It was a nice parry, wasn't it? Those are not... Those... To do that parry, you have to have labbed it, I feel. Or just been in that scenario a million times. No. Tassrami just has really weird, unusual combos that are quite good. Tassrami is just I can do special moves whenever I want. Including some very unusual stuff in the corner or on crouching opponents or whatever. But the strongest character, theoretically, is probably just fucking Gene Young. Or Aura. Normally people do most of the parry and then start blocking, but he did most of the parry and then kept parrying. Most Auras go for the same setup every time there. Because it's the setup you have to do to get the unblockable. So the parry, no matter who you fight, the parry is very similar. But Oro can do stuff to fuck with you if you attempt to parry it. But he has to kind of read it. Nice. Cool. Low risk, high reward.
Prepare to strike now.
Urian. In third strike, it's just a draw because everyone has perfect defense with parries and whatnot. You can't even get an unblockable going. Oh, that's true. Maybe Hugo as well, with the SA1. Bungus didn't beat FF7, we just stopped playing it for a bit. Ah, he got the start though. He got the hard part. That was in my Dudley video. That was in my Shippu Punish video for Dudley. This guy clearly watched my video. Alternatively, he just did lab work. Love that combo. It's one of my all-time favorite Dudley combos, the double DP. It looks so whack. The EXDP I think is supposed to hit twice, but it hits really weird if you get the air hit very low to the ground.
Prepare to strike. Now.
SF7 original is very good. It has a bit of weirdness. The characters are almost inconsequential gameplay-wise. It's basically just your materia. The stats between characters make almost no difference, and the limit breaks are not too important. Unless it's Eris, because hers are pretty weird. Or Ketsi, because his are also pretty weird.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
FF9 is a game I like. I've done playthroughs of it. I hate that you can't skip dialogue because I've beaten the game loads of times and I just want to do the gameplay, but you're forced to like look at all the dialogue. But the Steam version actually fixes that because it's got a super speed command. So anytime I want to replay the game, which I haven't recently, click that super speed. Can't wait to hear Freya's voice in the Netflix FF9 anime. Was it even Netflix? I forget. In the FF9 anime. What a wake-up option! Jump away, Parry. Smart. Can't wait to hear Vivi's voice in the anime. He went for the red parry. It's a weird place to drop a block. He was going for it. Deliberate, I think. Double DP? I think it would have worked there. He didn't get it. Made it required a Kara or a micro walk or something. It was not a low connect DP, but he wasn't point blank either. So he might have had to do a teeny bit of walking or something. Nice. I'm a bit surprised he parried there, because to parry there, I would have thought he would have had to not parry sooner. I feel like that would have lost a wake-up DP from Ken, but he did a late DP. I think that might have been a 50-50, but it's hard to know. Kingdom Hearts has FF9 characters in it. Kingdom Hearts 2 has BB on Cypher's team. He's even voiced. He has lines. I can't think of another FF9 character. But there might be one.
Prepare to strike. Now.
That's an anti-parry tech. The fireball looks pretty stupid if they don't parry. But it's very annoying if they do parry. This might be too far? No. They added some belts and zippers because that's what they do whenever a character gets added. Here's your reminder to go look up a picture of Lulu from FF10. Most people have never bothered to look at her high-res render art. I want you to go look at Lulu and look at her dress. Everyone go look at Lulu's dress from FF10 and then report back here with your thoughts on that dress. Nice.
You win. Alright, that's cool.
I think it actually looks great, but it's like the height of Impractical.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Excalibur 2 is like, I don't know. It's more of a novelty than anything else. I'm pretty sure it's just about impossible to hundo, to like true hundo FF9, because in order to get to Excalibur 2 in time, you have to bypass a lot of stuff.
Engage.
Like, can you really get King of Jump Rope and Excalibur 2 in the same playthrough? Maybe with like task strategies. Honestly, the Excalibur 2 is more like fucking here you can still beat the game even though you skipped everything to get here as fast as possible. But like, who cares? Steiner can already hit 9999. Do you really need a strong weapon for him? He's doing the damage cap every time he attacks.
Final round. Now.
Nice confirm. It's the first confirm I ever learned in a fighting game. 2 jabs into Hugo SA3. He's red parry. Oh, he got it. It's a bit scary that he didn't red parry till the last hit. I understand why he did that. But he didn't have any, you know, health for the rest of the round.
Now. Battle.
Gigas is good. People still run it based on the matchup.
Engage.
Or it's more like based on the Giga player. So yeah, I guess they're in short supply these days compared to SA3. I think the kind of collective decision is that SA3 is more reliable and confirmable and stuff. It's also easier to use. And it gives you EX.
Are you ready? Go.
Yeah, Parry 720 is not free. There's a lot that can go wrong. Oh, was that supposed to be a clap? Sin Strong was weird to do there. I like the empty jump. Probably parrying on the way down or something. Most people run SA2 Elena. SA2 is kind of flat better than SA1 in probably like 90% of scenarios.
Engage.
It's noticeably stronger, and it confirms from further out, which makes it more reliable after low strong confirms. And it holds a pretty similar amount of meter to SA1. The shorter bar of SA1 is a little appealing. The fact that you can hold more is, you know, also good. As for healing, it's kind of like, you can kind of run it in any matchup, but it's more reliable in matchups against characters with no full screen presence, such as Hugo. And a lot of Elena players will pick it versus like Hugo. But apart from that, it depends on the Elena. SA2 or SA3 is there's no clear consensus on. Generally, people use SA2, but you can use SA3. But in some matchups, SA3 is probably better. Q players still exist. There's no character in this game who's abandoned except Sean and 12, who have been abandoned since the beginning. There are definitely characters that are seen as being more fun than others. There's a reason you see a lot of like certain characters and not a lot of others. Which character in SF5 is most similar to Adon? It's a really hard question to answer. Let's see, an uppercut. Jaguar kicks. I don't think there's a Jaguar kick. Yeah, Nash has the game's Jaguar kick, I suppose. But he definitely doesn't have anything else of 8 on. Hit parry? Nope. He played it nice and safe. Pokemon Silver. I think I did a playthrough of Gen 2 where I did only normal types, and then I abandoned it for like a year and then picked it back up and finished it. And I just used save states heavily for beating it. I saw GamerB playing Luke. So, you know, play Luke. If you want someone with vague Shoto feeling. If you want someone with the DP, Luke has a DP. Yeah, there hasn't been any travel. GamerB, I think GamerB was one of like 3 or 4 players who I remember being very strongly anti-SF5 when it came out. Most people kind of begrudgingly put up with it or like faded away. But GamerB was like openly like, I hate this game. So he dropped it for a while, and now I think he's playing it again. I think he's been playing it again for a while. I think he's been playing it since like Season 3 at least. I mean, to be honest, I think he played it during Season 1. He just was unhappy. Yeah. Mike Ross did not like it at all. I think Sanford really didn't like it, but if you look, you can find lots of videos of Sanford playing these days. He plays Zeku, I'm pretty sure. And I think he tried to play Sagat, but I don't remember if he succeeded. Nice compare him. To be honest, I think a lot of people who were kind of big into SF at the time didn't like SF4's launch, from what I remember. But they were mostly Third Strike guys that I was interacting with, so of course they didn't like it. But a lot of it was basically a whole new crowd played SF4 right when it came out. For the people who already played fighting games, they were coming in from other fighting games, and they had mixed opinions on SF4. Some people liked it a lot, some people didn't. But it was just like, well, this is the game everyone's playing. This is way more popular than, say, fucking, I don't know, CBS2, Alpha 3, MVC2. Bullshit like that. The opinion of SF4 being hated was definitely something that happened concurrently with SF5's development, I feel. I don't think I remember that many strong negative opinions about SF4 for most of the lifespan of the game. There were some people who were like, Third Strike people famously didn't like it. If you tried to mention SF4 in like GGPO, people would be like, fuck that game.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Yeah, people had, I remember people saying that SF4 was ugly. That was an opinion even back then. Oh no. But like most people who came to SF4 came from either playing SF2 casually as a kid or having never played a fighting game. Probably at least 80% of the fan base of SF4 had never played a fighting game before, I would guess. That's a huge deal. So a lot of people they didn't have any sort of like component of like disappointment. They didn't have any expectations. It was just like, whoa, this is weird. It's pretty rare to find someone who played fighting games before SF4 came out these days. I did. But I was only a few years before. I started playing fighting games in like '05. Damn, completely controlled. I've lost to replayers playing like that, where you just get absolutely stomped in neutral. He's got pretty good buttons. Oh, that's a terrible dungeon. Bad luck. Dudley jumped right then. It's risky to throw out a dungeon like that, and we just saw exactly why. I stream usually when I get home from work. I'm one of those people, I work most days, and I'm one of those people where if I'm working, that was a punish, I don't want to do anything before I work. And I work night shifts, so like, you know, I get home and I stream. I can only do things after I get home from work. I got home from work today at like 10:30.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Are sloths actually nocturnal? They seem more like they're not anything ernal. I like night shift. I saw a video of sloth swimming. They're decent swimmers, yeah. They swim faster than they walk. Wow, was that deliberate? Did he want that?
Prepare to strike. Now.
Most of my shifts, I'm either out at wow, interesting sequence. That was a failed light machine gun blow. Most of my shifts, I'm out at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., or midnight. I'm a little short. Even if that was parried, did Dudley have Storm House? Maybe she did. It's kind of far out.
Go for it.
I mean, you have to swim a little bit to just not die when you're underwater. Oof. It was a nice parry anyway. I think Tatsu, normally combos into Tatsu work even on crouching Dudley, so Ryu has that little edge going for him in that matchup. Normally Ryu has to be kind of mindful of crouching opponents when going for cancels, because Tatsu whiffs on most crouching opponents. Can players be like dash in target combo? Widest is probably Makoto. Dudley and Chun-Li are both wide though.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Hugo is wide, but he's also very tall. And so a lot of the stuff you need wide characters for, like cross-ups, Hugo's so tall that by the time you, like, to get over his head at all, by the time you're, like, at the height that you would push your cross-up button, you're, like, kind of far over him. If that makes sense.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Look at them dance. They're like playing in a band. We got like the weird Luigi and the weird Mario. I've never seen any of these. What's the name of that Mario? Something like Mario Maker.
Fighters ready. Engage.
That's nice though. That's just a nice emote. I'm jealous. Very late connect body splash. He could have confirmed super and he didn't. I love levels to use that guy. Lanky Mario. I think Nintendo knew they were making something cursed with him, and I like that. Nintendo doesn't normally pull shit like that. But for all I know, it might be a reference to the fucking Mario manga or some bullshit.
Final round. Go.
Wario himself is cursed Mario. Wario is simply Mario but a gremlin. Hugo's putting up a really nice fight here. Whoa! The parry made Hugo not cross out. I generally like easy execution in fighting games, but one button specials, I don't know. I want execution to be easy enough that you can not drop combos, but there are certain things that are fun to hit. And even a basic cancel is pretty fun to hit in my opinion. Something just like stand hard punch DP or something like that. Or forward fireball. SF5 is already like about what I like from execution, to be honest. Don't make it free, but make it so anyone could do it with a little bit of practice. One of my favorite things about easy combos is that I can not play the game for a while and then play it and still hit the combos. That's actually a huge factor for me. I have no strong opinions on auto combos. I feel like it doesn't really help that much is the problem. Most fighting games, most like 2D fighting games in like Street Fighter style, mashing just does nothing useful. Having auto combos be like a, you know, a way to mash and get something remotely good is interesting. Remember the auto combos in KOF 14? I think I remember someone coming in here and telling me Choi, like his auto combo is actually one of the best combo routes for him because he just has nothing for combo routes. But like he has a vaguely standardized auto combo. If anyone used it, it probably was Choi, but I can't think of anyone who would do auto combos on purpose. It ended.
Now, find a new rival. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3.
Rocket upper. That's novel. You don't see that very often. Coming around. He's hovering over it menacingly. People hated the auto combos across Tekken because they had command overlap with stuff you would be doing anyway. For example, it was very easy. It was light punch plus hard kick to get a no, I mean light kick plus hard punch. What was both? To get auto combos across Tekken, and Akuma would always get auto combo while trying to do Raging Demon because it was light kick plus heavy punch. So you had to like actually hit them in sequence. And auto combo, I think at release, auto combo had priority over Demon. So if you hit them at the same time, oh, he missed the punish. There's a guaranteed. Oh, there's a guaranteed punish there.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I remember easy hyper combos were like really weird in MBCI. Basically, every character had 2 buttons they could press to get an easy hyper combo. Both heavies. And the thing about that is that you couldn't do motions during Super Freeze in that game. So you had to, like, you know, to get a 1-frame super, you had to do an easy hyper combo super. And that was actually a really big deal. Oh, he dropped the ender. Certain characters had invincible easy hyper combos, and that was like a factor for their tier. SA2 definitely does more damage as an A-tier super than SA3, but SA2 doesn't work after, like, clap. So that's a huge thing in favor of SA3. Yes, you can sub here. And it would, that would be a good way to support me. Generally speaking, you never ever see Hugo SA2. It's not too bad, but it's just outclassed by his other supers. What? What the fuck? Look at them. There's five subs.
Are you ready?
Wow.
Go.
God damn. Maybe fucking Christmas came a little early this year. Oh, look at the dank emotes you get. All 2 of them. I gotta make more emotes so people actually want to sub to my channel. It's like one thing that'll just take like 2 seconds. What's a dank emote I can do? Don't say Aura's face. Wow. Good reply. Damn, the subs don't stop. Look at the fucking... Look at the extremely cursed Neko art. Oh my god, she's doing Gangnam Style. I think.
Final round. Go.
Aura Peen would be a great emote. I think I submitted a noose as an emote for Bath Choke. And then they turned it down. They were like, you can't do this. A noose would be a great emote, unfortunately. Oh, it was 1 extra one. Look at it. Look at the noose. There's the Bath noose. Finger faces.
Now.
Sometimes you just gotta post a noose.
Fighters ready. Engage.
They're supposed to represent choking at fighting games, but I guess there are some more nefarious reasons you could post a noose. It's just telling someone to kill themselves, or maybe something racist. So I understand why they turned it down. It's a shame though, because a noose is a cool emote. Oh!
Fighters ready. Engage.
Hope nothing bad happens to that crying child. Oh! I'll just tell him it's a lasso. I'll submit it as Bath Lasso. Oh, EX Tatsu is some bullshit versus Hugo. Nice. Using Universal Overhead as a fucking approaching option or a poke. It's just sad days. I do that in some matchups. He got him, this kills. Snatched.
Final round. Engage.
No, don't hit the fucking elf. That's horrible. She's a child. You missed everything. I'm doing alright. Maple Story emotes would be extremely dank. What is that bullshit? Neutral Jump EX Tatsu? This Ken's just fucking around. That's probably canceled into regular Tatsu, which was all but guaranteed to kill. I'm more of an F4 person. I think about 80% of my emote use in Maple Story was F2 or F4. Don't noose the goose. Probably not. But if there's a new BlazBlue game, maybe I'll play it. Sadly, that will never happen. The initial Orbis trip is legendary. Top 10 video game experiences. Marvel? Which one? Marvel 3? Marvel Infinite? I've noticed Marvel 3 had a huge resurgence. Was rollback the reason? 2! Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was gonna say, I didn't know about any Marvel update. No, I've never fucked with Marvel 2 at all. I've like played a human in Marvel 2 like less than 5 times. I loved Marvel 2 one time. I was like, I wonder if I could do Cable's Infinite. I wonder if I could do repeated air hyper viper beams. Short story, yes. I'm really enjoying the palette swap Marvel 3 stuff. They got like Shadow Lady. I think they got Cyclops. They got WC2 Sentinel. I think there's a Wolverine variation. There's like a half X-23 half Wolverine or some bullshit. What are some other nice memes they got? I think there's a Hulk. It's been really funny to watch that all play out. Super interesting too. Oh, Miss Marvel. Captain Marvel. Carol. Yeah, Psylocke. Oh no! Imagine getting that parry and not getting the right punish. He had to like micro walk on the last one. He should have done 5 parries and then held forward on the last one. I think all Dreamcast games got rollback.
Prepare to strike now.
Some bullshit like that. And there's also, yeah, there's that flycast. That. KF 11 is one of my favorite KFs to spectate. Happy to hear it's being played online. Very cool game. Huge roster too. Oh, he cut his combo short to get an unblockable, and then that nonsense happened. I do like the mechanics. It would be kind of fun to play. I'm just gonna pick the guy who looks like a lizard and sweep everyone.
Prepare to strike now.
Is that a thing people do? I saw someone do that one time, and I was like, holy shit, this looks easy. He's got like a really good crouching D, I think. Who is that character? I literally didn't recognize him. I was like, who the fuck is this? Cool pickup. I don't know, he looks like a fucking, he's got like a weird lizard snout. And like fur on his shoulders. That might be from his outfit. And then like arm blades or some nonsense. I might be doing a really bad job describing him.
Final round now.
Mystery character. He's a bird. No, not King of Dinosaurs. Not T-Zoc. There's an entirely different character. Yazoo, I don't know. I gotta look up KOF 11 characters.
You win.
Oh my god, I have so many notifications on Discord. Holy shit.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Look at them all. I guess I'll look at some of them. Chaozu for sure. I'll be the judge of that. This is this guy. Yeah, it's Chaozu. I gave a good enough description. Oh, it's just his hair. I call him a lizard, but he does seem to be a bird.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Anyway, I saw someone playing this guy and literally doing nothing except poking with down D. And he was fucking killing it versus good players. I was just like, damn, this must be the Chun-Li of this game.
You win. Now. Fighters ready. Engage.
Hi.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I'm kinda interested in doing other stuff. I think I'm just gonna watch till the end of this video and then do other stuff. I gotta have a long conversation with my programmer about my game. So I got a bunch of plans. I gotta iron out all my thoughts. As much as I wanna watch some Third Strike. No, other stuff off stream. How far along is it?
You win. Now.
I've still got like another 30 minutes of this video, I'm sure. Actually, almost on the dot. What's the best Fire Emblem map of all time? And why is it the one where Isadora joins in FE7? I don't know why I picked that one. That one's pretty neat though. Conquest 10. With punished. Yeah, you got meter. Burn it.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
A Fire Emblem ROM hack with a character who has capped of every stat, but no weapon, and you can't possibly have a weapon for him when you have him. Right. He's just a wall. Just pulls enemies and fills spaces. I always thought that'd be a really cool idea, but I've never seen a hack do it.
Final round. Go for it.
Ken round? Almost. He's at like dead OS. Well, he was. Meter for a minute there. Ken round. Ken landed 3 supers.
You win. All right, that's cool.
Dudley can have those rounds too, so I'm sure he's just like, well, whatever. Ibuki.
Battle. Go for it.
Unusual character alert. Love that TC. First hard kick is a pretty good button. Ibuki's kind of killing it right now. Oh, there it goes. I think you can't get double DP on Ibuki in the corner unless you Kara. I think she's one of them. Tiny character. Super is kind of necessary there to avoid the mix-up. Not a good kunai. That's going to do a lot. Oh, Wake Up Ride is a cool idea. Very desperate though. That's not going to work against almost any media.
Now.
Damn, Ibuki just kind of got rocked. No air TC? I'm pretty sure medium kick would have been okay there. Maybe not. He did crouch fierce. But he couldn't go into the crouch right away because he was parrying. I would have hit medium kick just to see what happened. Wow! Neutral jump, neckbreaker, red parry. That's kind of risky to go for because Ibuki can just hold down for the last hit. But she probably won't versus Ken because he can shoot punish that, I'm pretty sure.
You win.
Abnormally fast like Kenneth. We talking about Fire Emblem?
Ready? Go.
Kenneth is like the bishop? I don't remember a thing about him. I remember him being really free. I've never struggled against him. Oh, my game. 2-frame super? I thought we were talking about Fire Emblem Kenneth. We were talking about Ken. Yeah. The bishop guy. I think he has some novelty to his stats, but I don't remember what. There's something weird.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I always get his map for some reason and not Germ's. I guess I always use whichever characters get Kenneth's map. I think I remember Germ was given a light brand which can't crit. And they did that because having an enemy assassin with assassinate would be a little busted. Whatever it's called. Lethality. There, that's the quirk. He's got Capture Res. There you go. I'm not going to have supers at all in my game to answer your question though. But there probably will be there will be a character with attacks that are too fast to react to.
Now. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Sand Jab is a really oppressive button. It's like +7 on block or whatever. I always forget the numbers, but it's crazy. Dudley cannot duck it if memory serves. Some characters can. Most characters can, I think. Nice. At very specific heights, that can be unblockable on Dudley. Or very specific ranges. Jab kunai into super. Dudley's wide enough that it can be an unblockable. Pop 1 or Pop 2. They have like the same combat controls, so it doesn't matter. They have the same controls in general, except Pop 2 has a different button for the sword. I always play with the secret color aura, which is light punch, medium kick, hard punch. But if you watch me in Stupid Strike on their stream, they made a custom color for that. So that's not anything in the game, it's just in their version of the game. It's client-sided. But the gold aura is just the secret input. Unique aura mechanics. IS EX supers. IS double jump. No. Chicken combo in my game. A penis frame. Alright, I'll put a penis frame in my game just for you guys. I don't think so. Ibuki's regular forward dash is not particularly fast. And her command dash, the light version, is kind of fast, but it's also very risky because you take double damage or whatever, 1.5 times damage if you get hit out of it. If I was thinking of fast dashes, I would think of Sean or Ryu. Or Makoto. Makoto is just the fastest in terms of distance over time. The fastest in terms of shortest duration is Ryu, I think, tied with Sean. Twins have pretty big dashes. They're also kind of slow, though. Long duration dash. Ibuki's dash goes through people. It's a nice little novelty.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Her backdash is pretty slow. I think it's really airborne. Like, genuinely airborne. Which is kind of novel. Most backdashes aren't airborne in this game. But it doesn't get to the airborne frames for a little while. It's not frame 1. So it's mostly a novelty. Kunai is good there against people who like to parry. Nice, the air throw. Who would tech there? No one. Also, cool gamer fact, Ken can tech air throws, and so can every character in this game. I can't believe they didn't bring that back for SF4 and SF5. It's such a cool mechanic. You can tech an air throw even if you don't have one. There's only 2 items in SA3. There's big and small item. Which cosmetic they use is inconsequential. There are some combos where it matters whether you have a front rock big or small. There's like a Crouch Fierce activation combo in the corner where you can get like a particular juggle if it's like a big front rock. It's not available if you have a small front rock. I think it's 50-50 per rock which one you get. There's like 7 possible rocks or something. But there's like 2. It's like 2 big rocks and 5 small ones or something. 4 and 3. I don't remember. But each given rock has a 50-50 chance of being big or small. Ibuki's probably like Ibuki's really hard to tier because she actually doesn't lose that many matchups. Her worst matchups are 4-6s, I think. And she's got near even matchups versus most of the cast. She doesn't really fuck the bottom tiers and she doesn't really get fucked by the top tiers. She's like one of the most balanced characters in the game. Wow, the glitch! Cool, we saw the glitch! Ken couldn't exploit it though. That should have been his for free. The glitch happens like once in a blue moon, it's cool. So if you interact with one of Ibuki's kunai on the frame of a super freeze, you don't get frozen. Yeah, I've had it happen to me about 5 times total. Over all the years I played Ibuki against Ibuki. I think just about all of them I've reacted and punished it appropriately. You just dash under Ibuki and then like stand strong. Broski did that 1 4-bar combo. Didn't you see that? If you get at least one of the meter build item, it's like the game console I think, or the basketball. It's the basketball I think. I don't remember. If you get at least one of that, you can do a 4-bar combo with Aura. If you start with full meter.
Are you ready? Go.
He could have DP'd after the glitch. He could have hit Ibuki coming down, it would have been a guaranteed punish. He just fucked up. Ken had a guaranteed win there. He could have done jump EX Tatsu if he wanted to. That's a scenario that's insanely hard to practice. So it's very understandable if someone freaks out.
Are you ready?
It's just a blue moon scenario. Oh, okay. Just know that this Ibuki's lucky to be here. Not dead. Oh, it didn't even go for the TC, he just went straight for medium kick. It's kind of weird. Ibuki's throw range is garbage. She has car throws, but they only bring her throw range to like normal. It's like still below average with the car throw. Love it! Ibuki has a lot of little ways that she's safer than other characters, and that's one of them. Very interesting ATRs on her. Oh, very nice. That's another one. We've got Wake Up DP into super mid safe. And the DP, if you hit her out of it, she's airborne, so you can't get like a huge punish.
Prepare to strike.
Oh, you think I did a good job, huh? I worked hard on that one. Tried to make it good. Ooh, that comboed. I think he had the TC there. Jab, strong, short. Forward short. And walk in, jump back. Trying to land an air throw. Oh.
Final round. Now.
Is a blue moon just 2 full moons in 1 month? I think that's it, right? And full moons happen once every 28 days or something like that. So you just need, you know, be like 1 in 28 chance or so. Then a month will have a blue moon, and that will be one for 1 day.
That's cool.
1 day every 28 months.
Now. Fighters ready. Engage.
28 months is like 2 and some years. 1 day every 2 and some years. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me. Did he want close roundhouse there? That would make sense. He might have wanted towards roundhouse. Just to do something that's a bit airborne. A bit airborne. We do a little airborne. That catches a lot of people. It gives the opponent just enough time to commit. A lot of people hit buttons in that context because Ibuki can't hit you unless she does that.
Now.
Close hard kick is a more typical thing to do there, but close regular hard kick is not bad. There are no good Ibuki players. People used to say Aruka. I don't even know who this player is, but Aruka does have a very good Ibuki. Giga is very good. I'm sure if I looked at like SBO, not SBO, well maybe SBO, if I looked at some co-op cup numbers, I could figure out extremely strong Ibuki players.
Now.
Crouching only. Nice. That requires Kara. Very difficult. He went for it. There's no loss in Oki, really. I guess you can't really go for overhead. But you still get like a nice wake-up mix-up. So it's okay to just go for that Kara. It looked like she went for Parry there. She hit forward as soon as she hit the ground. I think. It's important to be able to spot something like that if you're a third strike player. Yeah, that looked like a slight walk-in. I think she attempted a parry and was too early.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Very important to be a good third strike player to identify when your opponent attempted parry and how they did it, whether they tap down or whether they tap forward or what. Oh, that whiffed. Ibuki's a bit weird that she can't really do a super after Parry most of the time. Oro has that same thing. I saw it. I've seen it once. I saw it on like a Twitter highlight. Someone successfully did the infinite meter glitch for Young. Yeah. Can Urian do super after Parry? Technically yes, it's usually bad. But he can do EX mirror and then combo out of it, I'm pretty sure. You wouldn't typically do that.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
It's very typical in this game to have some kind of parry into button into super. So when characters don't have that, it's kind of weird. It's very helpful. It's very useful. I mean, Oro has it if the button is close strong. But if the button is like low forward, he doesn't. I got no super that combos from low forward. Technically, I have low forward into uppercut, EX uppercut into super 2. But one that's not even that great of a combo. And two that requires a partition to do after a parry. I'd have to do most of a charge on wake up and then stop charging and then do wake up low parry. And then I would be able to do low parry into low forward, EX uppercut, super or something. Low short EX uppercut, super. Nice. Oro's new special move in SF5, I like it a lot. Oro has a lot of weird issues like that. His special moves that you can just do don't have super cancels. Stomp and the hit grab. His fireball and his DP both have super cancels, but you can't do them after a parry. They're not that great anyway.
You win. Now, battle.
I don't think I've ever done regular uppercut into Tengu Stones.
Go for it.
Anyway, that kick patches a lot of holes in his gameplay. It gives him a special move route to get a launch, which is super cool. And it gives him like a more typical ender. Without really, like, you still use all the other special moves. He still has a use for uppercut, he still has a use for stomp. Still has a great uses for fireball and hit grab. Hit grab is probably the most useless one.
Prepare to strike. Now.
That move is not very good in SF5. Yeah. Ibuki is not very much like her third strike self or SF4 self, but she's at least an interesting character. I'm okay with them taking creative liberties. It side swaps is the main reason you would do it. I think it does do good damage and stun, but it has no conversion, whereas like EX kick thing does have conversions. Or like fucking most of his other special moves, you know, you can go to super or something. Yeah. Reminder that Ibuki's in Cross Tekken.
Final round.
She was in Launch Cross Tekken too. She's Relative's partner. With the characters who were added to Cross Tekken later on, it's understandable people never played them, like Sakura. Most people have never seen a Cross Tekken Sakura. Very nice dash. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness with inputs with the characters who had TCs in Cross Tekken because they need to avoid boost combos. Elena might be in Cross Tekken, huh? It's a mystery. She's in it.
Now. Fighters ready. Engage.
Yeah, she's in it. All the characters who made it to Ultra were Cross Tekken characters except DiCaprio. You know what's really funny is Elena in Cross Tekken did not have the 15 frame overhead. It was like a 22 frame overhead. Why the fuck did they make it 15? I think I mentioned that in the Elena video. It ground bats though, I think. EX Mallet Smash caused the ground bounce in Cross Tekken. But EX moves are really busted in Cross Tekken because meter is proportionally more expensive. An EX move is half of a super in Cross Tekken, so they had to make EXs really good for basically the whole cast. So a lot of EXs are really crazy. EXs also have the same cost as a tag, and tags are really good. Nice. It's actually very refreshing how good EX moves are in Cross Tekken. Feels like in SF4 and SF5 they're often not that good. It's fun to have stronger EX moves. It is quite good, yeah. That's one of Ken's best features.
Final round. Engage.
That's true. If she got a ground bounce in SF4, it would just be like a DP. Nice. Using overhead as a poke. A lot of characters had way better overheads in Cross Tekken. Comboing out of overhead was not standard, but not unusual. Even characters who couldn't combo out of overheads could do tag cancels from overheads. Especially if it's a 2-hit overhead like, say, Ryu. You can do it on reaction. And there were a lot of overheads that were pretty quick, especially on the Tekken side. Oh, they whiffed. Normally, Ken low forward into DP is pretty reliable because low forward moves him forward. Oh my god. Vega had a 1-frame link out of his overhead. Famously, his last trial showed an optimized combo with it, and it was very difficult.
Prepare to strike. Now.
But it was a very good combo from an overhead. It was crazy hard though. It was like hit 2 1-frame links to link out of your overhead and then get a standing move cancel into like a flashing motion, some bullshit like that. I don't know if Mickey's got the thinnest, it's quite thin, I guess. It's hard to say whether she's thinner than the twins. They're pretty thin. Oof. Oh, rare footage of that special move. He just needs a super. It's gonna be hard to build one though. But if she can get a super in like 1 hit, she can basically guarantee a win. Oh, that's fine. Wake up, stand, jab, whiffed. Can whiff punished. Or maybe it was a trade and the trade just didn't trade because it was medium versus light. Hard to say. You guys have me for 6 more minutes. Then I'm going to start working on my video game off stream. Relish the 6 minutes. Anyone here ever had apple cinnamon Cheerios? I bought those the other day. I went to the cereal aisle and I was like, well, I can't get Kellogg's. It's time to get some General Mills. Where do I recognize that line? Is that like Wesker or something? 6 minutes is all I have to play with you. I feel like it's Wesker. Who the fuck said that?
Into the heat of battle.
Yeah. Wesker got a nice send-off. I'll be sad if they ever bring him back. He's a great character every time he appeared, though. Very fun. I like Jake. A lot of people didn't like Jake, but I did.
Final round. Go for it.
Jake was fun to play as, and I think his route was the best route. Free. Jake's route had consistently high quality and a lot of cool throwbacks to like Nemesis and stuff. There were a lot of enemies I just didn't like. And, oh, nice. Love that anti-air. A lot of enemies I just didn't like in,
Now,
Chris route.
are you ready? Go.
Leon's is probably the lowest quality, but it's still, you know, it had its moments. I love that brief little period where you're on the plane. Very memorable. I also like the shark and that whole little area. I didn't like a lot of the undead enemies though. Some of it was very cheesy. Leon definitely had the cheesiest route. Nice.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Which one is the one where you're exploring fucking the China and the mist? Is that Leon's route? I feel like it is. Where you're in like the fucking Ground Zero. That was pretty cool. Leon has a lot of really memorable parts. I think he has my least favorite last boss though, even though it's like kind of the main last boss of the game. Nice. There was just no deterioration, which I didn't like. It's like, how many times do we have to kill you? Somehow that mattered to me. If he got like more deformed as you fought him, I think that would work a lot better. I do like that you shoot him with a rocket though. I had no opinions whatsoever on the Helena and the entire arc with Helena's sister. It was nice seeing Ada though. It's not entirely garbage, but Leon's is definitely the weak route. I didn't have strong opinions about Piers at first, but he kind of grew on me. He's just like a wet blanket for the whole game. But like, I don't know, it was kind of fun. It's like how guys fun in Street Fighter, being just a professional wet blanket. My game will have decaying enemies in the sense that they're zombies. They won't have a decaying boss. It's hard to answer. I do have a couple ideas for bosses in endgame. And there are components of decay with both of them, I suppose.
Final round. Engage.
Towards forward, you got mid-air hit and did not super good reaction, maybe? Nice. Like a BXDP that wasn't even a reversal. Oh, both of those were super confirms. Very late attack into overhead. Oh my god, he did it again. Missed the super the second time. It would have killed. I think this is like our last replay, isn't it? Sad. I predict Dudley win. Now I strongly predict Dudley win. Oh, there it is. Low short stand forward. GG, GG. I'm gonna go do stuff. It's been fun, people.